Hi Aquarius, I hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your first 2 weeks of June read. Remember, these are general messages. Don't try to make it fit if it doesn't fit. Might not be your message this time. That's okay. I'm going to start off with love, go into career. I'm going to timestamp below in the description box for career. Look in the description box, not in the comments, okay? I link it in there. Remember, the energies could always be flip-flop, vice versa. I'm going to be doing a separate video for the astrology for June in a couple of days, along with that Black Moon Lilith I've been promising you guys. All right, we are going to get to that. We have a lot going on in June, so I'm really going to stick to this to this reading as an energetic read. The only thing I do want to mention, though, is on June 5th, we do have that lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. So this is really going to be calling for you to think back to any seeds that you planted in that last solar eclipse, and what's been going on the past 6 months. If things are really good, they're going to be even better. If things have been really stressful, they may fall apart in this energy. But you guys should know that you are in this little dance here, right, with your Leo counterpart, right? Because you and Leo you guys are ascending and descending from each other. You guys work together in these energies. So you have that lunar eclipse hitting your 11th house, right? So you're going to be discovering new interests, and because of those new interests, you're going to be meeting new friends. And why do I say that? Because Leo opposes you, and Leo's having this happen in the 5th house. So it's interesting that out of all the signs, you and Leo are actually having this in your house. It's like this is literally your houses natally, right? So a comfortable space for you. So it's that 5th house energy that you're dealing with Leo is the house of fun. It's the house of hobbies. It's the house of love affairs. It's the house of sex, right? The act of sex. It's how you and your partner connect on the Sunday through Monday. Like, how do you communicate? What do you guys do for fun? What do you do for the enjoyment aspect of your relationship? So things are going to be done differently here. You're going to be asked to sacrifice some certain things. You're going to be, swapping out some energies, and that doesn't mean people. It means things that you love. So it could be just some activities maybe that you normally really love taking part in, and you're realizing you can't do those things right now. So you're getting involved in other things, and through that you're meeting new people. So that could, be a really positive thing for you guys overall. That's in each aspect of your life. So let's pull first relationship, Celtic cross spread. We have the 9 of Wands, and the Queen of Cups is the situation right now. The Queen of Cups coming from 6 of Wands. Okay. Okay, let's pull some astro dice and see what we get. Gemini, first house. Gemini, first house, and Venus. Yeah, Gemini's in the North Node right now. First house of self. So this is pretty cool. So let's look at when we have Venus, when we pull Venus here. So Venus, is really asking, where do you need to compromise more? Just generally here in this relationship. And have you been too hard or not hard enough on yourself? Right? This does indicate a need to have some sort of compromise here in the relationship. And we have Gemini here. So when we roll Gemini, it's time to put your thinking cap on and focus on learning something new that really excites you, which I do feel like that's going to be happening, right? Because again, Leo is your partner there, and they're having it in their 5th house of fun, right? So you're really going to be asked to think about what excites you. And this can mean also that it's time to make a call or send that text to somebody, reach out to somebody in relationship. Aquarius, it's time to reach out, make that phone call, right? If you've been putting off reaching out to somebody. And then we have the first house of self here, right? So you're being asked to consider if your actions in the world and the purpose, right, that you purport to be, are they in alignment with your soul purpose? So it's really very much time to unapologetically be you, be who you are, and feel safe in knowing that whoever doesn't get it, they don't have to get it. Because you know why? Because you're Aquarius, you're ruled by Uranus, and you guys are just out of the box anyway. So, it's another day in the life for you guys. So just be you, do you. Very important here. We have the 6 of Wands in your recent past. So this could have been last week, last month, last year, 3 years ago. When I say recent, if this person is still in your energy field, then that's who we're talking about, okay? Six of Wands, I like this energy. This is about success. You know, this is about respect. You guys respected each other, you know? Yeah, beautiful. Jupiter and Leo. Healthy ego, expansion, success. I like it. It's a beautiful energy to have. So, and then now coming into the energy now, we have the Nine of Wands, and that's being crossed by the Queen of Cups. So the Nine of Wands is a moon in Sagittarius energy, and whenever we have moon, it's always I feel, and Sagittarius is about moving forward with integrity. So I feel like you're thinking about moving forward. There's a lot of like, okay, now what? You know, there really is this energy present here where you're feeling kind of pulled to move forward. And let's see if is it alone or not, right? Because we have this being crossed by the Queen of Cups energy, which is Gemini and Cancer. So you could be dealing with the Gemini or Cancer, but it's Gemini and Cancer, right? So not in Cancer, it's Gemini. So this is about the Cancer energy is where the cups are, but Gemini is being ruled by Mercury. It's the third house of communication. So I do get that there is some sort of communication coming in. There is going to be some sort of connection is going to be coming in, Aquarius. I just feel that very strongly. I really do. I feel that very strongly. But the thing is with Cancer is the fourth house of home. It's that metaphorical home space. It's love. It's safety. It's safety. So there's this idea of, you know, having this conversation and really feeling, because the Queen of Cups is a beautiful energy. It's somebody who knows how to communicate if it's a person that you're dealing with, because it's a core card. So it could be a person or just an energetic influence. But as a person, it's somebody who understands communication, who can communicate how they feel, right? But at the same time, that's crossing this feeling that it's time to move forward. So crowning you is very interesting, because I am feeling the way I'm getting this, though, because we have a Six of Cups as a crowning energy, and Six of Cups is one of the reconnection cards. It's actually a quite beautiful energy. It's a Sun in Scorpio. So, you know, whenever we have, wherever Scorpio is, there's sex, right? And there's also transformation. And typically the Six of Cups indicates somebody from your past, somebody who you knew once upon a time. So this could tell me, though, with the Queen of Cups energy, somebody might be reaching out to you. And they're on your mind, right? They're on your mind because this is the crowning energy. It's not going to resonate with all of you. This is a very specific message. But Six of Cups is, again, one of the reconnection energies. It's a card of nostalgia. It's thinking back to the past. It's thinking back to that once upon a time. And because this is a relationship read, I am getting that it's somebody who you knew at one point. Doesn't mean that you were with them. It means that you know them. Now, for some of you, this could even mean meeting somebody new, but you're in this space where you're like, where do I know this person from, right? Where you resonate with them from a past life in a very visceral way. Foundation level energy here we have is the Knight of Coins in reverse. So this is a Leo and Virgo energy, and in reverse, whenever we have a Leo energy in reverse, that does indicate some egotism, you know, is at play here, you know, with the Knight reverse, you know. And there could be some manipulation having to do with money, right? Because it's Leo and Virgo's ruled by Mercury. Whenever we have Mercury reverse, because Mercury is about communication, think about that, right? So it's like reverse communication. That would be manipulation. Or that would be a holding back of information having to do with money or what the reality is, right? With money. But this could also be mental, physical, and emotional connection because it has to do with relationship. So somebody holding back their emotions. And for some of you, it doesn't mean that at all. For some of you, you might just be in this situation where maybe you can't see your partner because of the quarantine and we're still because of the pandemic in the way that you really want to. And you're feeling this sense of lack as far as connection, as far as connectedness goes. So some of you may be resonating with it in that way. Okay. I do want to just say that we try to give as many interpretations because it's a general read. But we have the Six of Cups. This deep nostalgia is the crowning, and this feeling, this lack of connection as the foundation. So we want to make sure, you know, ask ourselves, you know, is hearing from someone from the past really sort of inciting these other emotions in me that I might want to explore? because I feel very disconnected from the person I'm with or from life in general, right? Because you might not be with anybody right now, right? I mean, the Nine of Wands is, you know, in Moon and Sagittarius could be you feeling that you want to move out of being single. You're ready to get involved in a relationship. And maybe you did meet this Gemini and Cancer energy that where you had this connection, and it could be somebody from your past, but maybe you're not feeling as connected as you would like to, okay? So this could play out in a number of ways. Representing you right now, we have you in reverse. Star, it's Aquarius, ruled by Uranus. Yeah. So this tells me that you're not ready to do anything different having to do with relationship. You're going to stay put. You're going to stay put. So I feel like, I mean, I like this energy. I mean, the star, I mean, this is a nice energy because it's about insight plus intuition, you know, kind of coming together, right? But in a way that's really wanting to push you forward to do something different, to work towards healing. But I get that you just don't want to do anything different right now. Right now, you're all about maintaining the status quo, Aquarius, in relationship. The external energy to you is beautiful. It's the Empress energy. So now she is the mother of the tarot. So for some of you, this can be very directly, you know, maybe somebody that you're dealing with is pregnant. Maybe there is the energy external to you, energy to you is a pregnancy or something having to do with children. If it doesn't have to do anything with that, because it's an upright energy, it's beautiful. It's a Venus energy. This is somebody who's very sincere, somebody who really wants to try to make you feel good, Aquarius. I mean, I love this energy. This is the counterpart to the Emperor, and you have like some really true blue energy going on here. So what I'm kind of feeling is there was this lack of connection because I think of everything going on in the world, and it really just started to play with your emotions. So you might have been feeling very nostalgic either for an earlier stage in the relationship where somebody reached out to you, you know, where you gave it a minute, you gave it a little thought, but you're not doing anything because you're realizing that you actually have a very beautiful external energy surrounding you. We have this Four of Swords energy in your fear position. Your fear is moving on. You're afraid to move on. So you might be getting like pangs to move on or to look at something, right? But you don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater because the Four of Swords is taking lessons from the past and knowing that, okay, you know, this has reached its expiration date. Now it's time for me to move past this, right? But I'm going to take a rest right now. I'm not going to act right now. And I'm going to think about what my next move is. And this is in your fear. So you might be fearing doing this. You might be, you know, kind of scared by something that you might actually be feeling about a relationship, like you don't want to feel a certain way but you can't help it, or you may be afraid that your partner's feeling that way, right? Because these energies could be flip-flopped. Then we have the Princess of Cups in reverse as the outcome energy here, guys, okay? So this is an Aquarius and Pisces energy in reverse. Again, Aquarius reverse, Aquarius reverse. Something not happening any differently, right? But this is Pisces. And when we have Pisces reverse, it's about the dream not being what you thought it was. There being disappointment, there being a holding back of emotions. So somebody who might be a little manipulative with their emotions. Now, again, this could be you. This could be the person you're dealing with, because this could be you, it could be somebody else, or it could just be a general energy, because it's a core card, where you just are not feeling as connected as you once did, you know? And then we have in the near future, we have the Strength reverse. So this is where some egotism comes into play. Now, you know, somebody's feeling very vulnerable right now, Aquarius, for sure. When we have the Strength reverse, somebody's feeling very vulnerable. And the vulnerability is inciting some egotism. So this can be a very challenging energy to deal with, right? Certainly very challenging. But I am getting that there is vulnerability. I mean, vulnerability. Fear is always at the core of ego anyway, right? Egotism, that is. The ego is healthy to have a regular ego, but egotism, that's an imbalance, right? Let's see what we have here. Chariot. Ten of Swords. So the Chariot reverse is making poor decisions, getting some poor advice. This could be you or the person that you're dealing with. You know, it's about being on the wrong path, quite frankly. I mean, the Chariot in the upright is about going towards that metaphorical home space, leaving behind toxicity and getting on that right path. And in the reverse, it's like, ooh, think about what you're doing before you make that decision, right? Because this does indicate perhaps not making the best decision regarding something, regarding that relationship, you know. Then we have the Ten of Swords, which is the end of a cycle. One sword at a time over time, Mercury and Virgo, you know. So there could have been, just, you know, the basic understanding is there could have been a lot of arguing, miscommunication, and untruths having to do with money, right? Because it's Mercury and Virgo, right? But Virgo is also ruled by Mercury. So it's these truths that came in, and it's the reality of something. I mean, keep in mind that, you know, Mercury is the truth. Mercury is the intellect. It's the truth. It's words. It's communication. It's all that stuff. So these truths coming to you that really will incite the end of a cycle as you know it. But we need to pull more cards because I feel like you got a little lost in space with things here for a minute, my friends. I do, or you're dealing with an energy who is. But I don't really feel, I don't feel like you guys are really acting on it. I think you're keeping it to yourself, Aquarius. Yeah. Queen of Wands. I mean, the Queen of Wands is a Pisces and Aries energy. So this is about, you know, getting on a new path of fire, right? It's a very fiery energy. It's an Aries energy. So Pisces is about going towards those dreams, right? Going towards those dreams. So we have the Queen. So we have the Queen of Wands. Then we have the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is not being your wish fulfillment. Not being your wish fulfillment. And then we have the King of Coins, which is a great energy. This is Aries and Taurus. So this is, again, another fire energy having to do with, Taurus has to do with money, right? But a healthy mental, physical, emotional connection, right? Because we're talking about, so there's a lot of fire here between the Queen of Coins and the King of Coins. There's a lot of fire, but I get that this is not your wish fulfillment. So we're getting this. So I don't know if you guys are dealing with, some of you, okay, let me tell you what I'm getting, because I feel like I'm getting like 2 or 3 narratives at one time. I think some of you had the situation where you were dealing with somebody who made a bad decision. They made a bad decision in the relationship, and they ended up going with somebody else who there was just like this attraction to, but it ended up that person is not who they really want to be with. That's not their wish fulfillment. It's not. So that's going to resonate with some of you. Those energies could always be flip-flopped. You could be the one doing that. But for others of you as well, you could be in the situation where you guys are just in a weird space. You feel like your relationship is off track right now. That's the Chariot reverse energy. And there is an ending of a cycle because of some realities that have been illuminated to you. But then we have the Queen of Wands and the King of Coins. And these two together, it's a very fiery, very beautiful combination. But you're realizing that right now you guys have these strong emotions for each other, but you're just not going to be able to make your dreams happen right now. You're just not going to be able to do it. There needs to be, you know, a certain methodology to the trajectory of how the rest of your path goes together. But I do feel like if you guys really want it, it's going to be there for you. I don't mean to give you a confusing reading, but I am getting, these are very specific messages. Yeah. Definitely the end of a cycle, the way it is. And you guys are not able to be in that space of wish fulfillment just yet. 4 of Coins, yeah. Some self-protection, some battle of the wills. So you guys might end up being in a space where, you know, you're in self-protect mode, right? And you got this 5 of Wands energy, which is a battle of the wills. And you're sitting there going like, why am I even having this argument? It's not even my issue. Right? And then we have the Queen of Coins, good. And then we have the Moon. So I like the Queen of Coins here. This is a really good energy to have because this is Sagittarius and Capricorn. And this is about willingness to put the work in to be able to move the relationship forward. So I really like that. Now we do have the Moon. And the Moon does, you know, this is like what we do in private. So I do feel like there are going to be a lot of emotions that are going on with you that you're not going to be fully sharing with your partners. Keeping it real, Aquarius. That's what's going to be happening here. There are too many cards that indicate that you're going to be, and I'm not even saying you're not in any way going to be, it's not malice. It's, for some of you, it's confusion. It's because you're just not sure. So you're not jumping the gun on any sort of big decision in the relationship because you're just not sure. You're just not sure. So that is what I'm feeling there for Aquarius relationship. Okay. Don't try to make it fit if it doesn't fit. Let's talk about career now. Career. We'll pull the cards, then we'll throw the dice for career. Some different energies for that. Ooh, I like the Magician in the future. Okay. Let's see what's happening here. 6th house of every day. Second, listen to me. Gemini. And then we have Venus, right? Venus, yeah. All right, so Gemini, 3rd house of communication. Again, time to put that thinking cap on, right? We just got that. You just really want to be doing something that excites you, having to do with your career. The 6th house rules the everyday work environment. It has to do with your health as well, guys. But it's your day-to-day work environment. It's what you do in the day-to-day, right? And then we have the Venus energy. So really, this is very much about, what is it that you really want and where do you need to compromise more, right? Yeah. So this is very interesting to me. I'm getting a lot of the same dice. Where do you need to compromise and having to do with your career? Now, in the recent past here, we have the Page of Coins in reverse. So for many of you, the most basic interpretation of this is many of you have lost your job or you're working differently. It's just simply the money is not coming in the way it was. It's everything is just different. A lot of signs of getting that. Just keeping it real because of the weirdness of the world that we live in right now. So right now, the current situation though with your career, we have the 9 of Swords in reverse. I like this much better in the reverse. And it was crossed by the moon. So the 9 of Swords is that 3 a.m. anxiety card, but the fact that you got it reversed is better because it shows that you're on the upswing. Like the worst part is over, right? The worst part is over. There's something behind you that was very troubling. Not that you're not struggling with anxiety right now. Not that you're not having any sort of depression, because that is the energy of anxiety, of depression, of intrusive thoughts, of all of that. And why are you having those intrusive thoughts? Because you're trying to figure stuff out. It's a Mars and Gemini energy. Gemini is the swords. Mars is like, you're in this situation where you're being made to do something different and get on this new path. And it's difficult to just like that accept change and move on, right? Sometimes we need to figure things out. And we have the moon. So this tells me that you're going to be very, very introspective, but you're very confused about what it is that you actually see as the next leg of your career, right? Because in tarot, this is associated to Pisces, and Pisces is ruled by Neptune. And Neptune is like trying to look at reality through a very thick fog or dirty window. There's just not the clarity that you really wish you had. So while you're getting over the worst of the anxiety, you're realizing, okay, you know what? I really need to make things happen for myself in the Gemini energy. Gemini rules that 3rd house of communication, of learning. It's the student. It is, it's internet exchange, right? It doesn't rule, it doesn't rule technology per se. That's you guys, right? That's Uranus. But it's the communication online, right? On the technology, right? So you're just thinking of all of these things, but I don't get that you're very clear, and I don't get that you're talking to too many people about what's going on. And the crowning energy having to do with your career is the 8 of Cups reverse, and we have the Empress reverse. So These two reversals together indicate two things to me. One, you're having a really difficult time letting go of something. You're having a very difficult time letting go of an idea. You're having a very difficult time accepting something in a career or letting go of a career, even though you know is not really ultimately what you want. Like, you know, there's something sort of toxic about it for you, right? But because this is Saturn and Pisces energy, but it's just not speaking to what it is that you really see in your life, even though you're having this hard time letting go of it, right? Or moving past it, whatever it is. And then we have the Empress energy reverse. This is a Venus energy reverse, guys. And Venus is one of the money planets, yeah? And this is about growth and expansion. So that's the foundation, right? So it does seem like for a lot of you, you're going to kind of be at this crossroads, right? Sort of at this precipice where you're really going to absolutely need to make a decision because the money's not there, even though you don't want to leave. And a lot of this could be certainly based in fear. I mean, you know, certainly. Where there's this delay and there's this karma and there's this challenge. Because wherever we have Saturn, we have all of that, right? So, and karma, and Saturn rules not only karma, but it rules the past, right? And what's interesting is you guys are ruled by the opposite. You guys are ruled by Uranus. Saturn rules the past. Uranus rules the future. So it's like you're going to know that you have to leave something in your career or let some idea go, at least. But it's not going to be very easy for you. And then we have you right now. We have the Ace of Swords in reverse. So this is you and only you. So swords are truth. So you want to be careful that you're not playing any mind games with yourself, Aquarius. You're not deceiving yourself in any way. You're not being dishonest in any way, because this is, again, you and only you. And to have the sword energy reverse does indicate, you know, in this position, self-manipulation, where you're not looking at the red flags that are pretty glaring, maybe to the next guy. You want to make sure that you're not glorifying any idea. You want to be really honest with yourself, right? When it comes to this new beginning, because there is this new beginning that's necessary. And I do see a lot of you kind of being in a little bit of denial, like full denial about it. It's like, okay, I need to do something totally different. And I know I got to get the ball rolling, but I don't really know what that even means. So I do like that we have the Queen of Wands external to you. This is an external energy, and because it's a queen, it's a court card. So this could be a person or it could just be an external energy. So as a person, this could be somebody coming in, offering you a new position, offering you a new path that really speaks to what you want as far as like your dream job, right? Because Pisces is in there. So that's a person. If this is an influence, it's you very much vibing this new path out there for you. That's really speaking more to what it is that you want, but you're just not sure how to get there. And that could very well be the space that you're in. But right now, you're going to need to be in a space of acceptance. And now the Tower, everybody gets scared of this, but this is not real. This is in your fear position. And you're afraid of something totally ending. And I do get that with the Eight of Cups in reverse energy. You're afraid of something coming to light, totally ending. You don't want this career to end. You don't want this idea of the career to end. There's something connected to career for you. Now, for some of you, and I always say this, those of you who are in school that you're not yet like fully working or whatever, that, you know, you should check out the, a lot of the career reads would apply, you know, if you're in higher education as well. It's very common. So there could be this fear of change though. I am getting this fear of change. There's a fear of change that's going on here. Now the outcome energy, very interesting to me, is the Six of Cups reverse. It's very interesting to me, Sun and Scorpio in reverse. So this tells me that, first of all, Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, so it's a simultaneous ending and beginning. But this has to do with somebody from the past. This is a deep nostalgia for something that was in the past, something that you used to do, somebody you used to know, you missing somebody, you thinking about somebody from your past. A very deep nostalgia, but this is the caveat. Keep them in the past. Keep the idea in the past. Don't go back to that job. Don't do it. Don't. That does not belong on your path right now. It just doesn't. I mean, that is the Six of Cups energy. It's not a good energy for you to be in. Not there. They have no place in your life right now. Maybe at a future date, but right now, no. So if you're thinking about, let me call that person up who I used to work for, you know, don't put rose-colored glasses on what happened there. You know, really, if you weren't happy there then, you're not going to be happy there now. If that person was a jerk to you back then, they're going to be a jerk to you again, you know, and so you want to be careful of that. Also, if for some of you, if you don't resonate with that, you might be thinking back to an idea that you had once upon a time that now you're very much ready to explore and really take to a new level, and that's great. But just make sure that you're approaching it with a fresh set of eyes and a new perspective and a new approach. Because if you approach it the way you were going to originally, it's not going to be successful. Okay, but now what I love is that the outcome is the Magician. So this is awesome. Why? Because it's Mercury. It's an alchemical energy. It's making stuff happen. This is like a shaker and the mover, right? Making things happen. Now this is the thing too that I like is Mercury again rules communication, rules, learning, being a student, learning practical skill sets. I see a lot of you guys taking like workshops that have direct application, certifications that have direct application, learning things online, doing a lot of work online, and you guys are so comfortable there. You guys are ruled by technology with Uranus. You're ruled by the future. This is all really, really good stuff for you. So I love this. I love this. So there's going to be a lot of change and shifting, and you're fearing the change, but don't, because honestly, there's something really, really good right ahead of you. You're going to be tapping into some very practical information. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be getting access to it online, and you're going to be teaching yourself things and learning, and you're going to be developing a skill set, and that's going to help to bring you where you really need to go, because they're going to be direct application. So like certifications are going to be happening here. So that's really good. Yeah. Okay. All right, Aquarius friends, that is what I have for you right now. I will see you in a few days for the astrology for June, as well as, again, that Black Moon Lilith video that I did promise many of you. But until then, you guys take care. Bye-bye.